Hello, I'm here to talk to you about another cause of the American Revolution. Now, you may remember that during the First Continental Congress, the leaders decided that they needed to stockpile their weapons. Stockpiling weapons is sort of like hoarding toilet paper. It's gathering all of your guns, all of the gunpowder, all of the cannons in certain locations so that if they wanted to fight, they had their weapons available. They also wanted to form volunteer armies. A volunteer army is called a militia. These are regular people like candlestick makers, shoemakers, farmers that are trained to fight just in case of emergency. Now, a patriot was somebody who wanted independence from Great Britain. They wanted to be separate from Great Britain, and some of them were willing to fight for it. They're usually depicted this way, wearing blue, but in reality, they wore lots of different colors. Some even wore green uniforms. A loyalist was somebody who wanted to stay loyal to Britain. They were the redcoats and any other colonist who thought that they should stick with the king. Now, King George had had it with the Sons of Liberty, and he decided that he was going to come and get their weapons and arrest their leaders. Now, he wasn't going to do it himself, he was going to have his army do it. So he goes ahead and he tells everybody that. Well, the Sons of Liberty, like Paul Revere here, say, you probably shouldn't have told us that, because now what we're going to do is we're going to watch you and we're going to be prepared in case you come. So Paul Revere and William Dawes and Samuel Prescott, they were given a job. They were supposed to watch the barracks. They watched and watched and watched, and as soon as they saw those British soldiers leave the barracks to come and take the weapons and come and arrest those leaders, they started on these paths to warn the Minutemen and the militia that the regulars were coming, the British were coming. Now, here's Lexington and here's Concord. Concord is where the weapons were stored. Concord is where Samuel Adams and John Hancock, the leaders of the Sons of Liberty, were hiding. So they run along those paths. Remember, there were three men, William Dawes, Samuel Prescott, and Paul Revere, yelling, the British are coming. So by the time they got to Lexington, you can see here from this picture, all of these patriot militiamen were ready. They were ready to fight, but they were greatly outnumbered. And because they were outnumbered, they decided they needed to retreat. But somebody fired their gun. We don't know if it was a patriot or if it was a redcoat, but somebody fired. And once one person fired, everybody from both sides started firing. And many patriots died. None of the redcoats died, but many patriots died. So they continued retreating to go to Concord. Now, the redcoats marched on to Concord, but the difference is when they got to Concord, many more patriots were ready. They were awake, and they started fighting the redcoats, and they won. The patriots killed many redcoats, and they chased them all the way back to Boston, and they killed many of those redcoats on the way. That gave the patriots a really good feeling like, wow, we just defeated the greatest army in the world, the redcoats. We can win this war. So what you're going to do is watch that fun video. I know you've already watched it with Miss Bastida, but it's fun to watch it twice. Then you're going to do a fun activity today. You really do need to read this two-page article. It's 2 pages about the battles of Lexington and Concord. Then when you're done, you're going to go and do a special Kahoot that I'm going to give you a link to, and I'm going to give you the code to. You have lots of time to answer every question. You have 240 minutes, which is about 240 seconds, sorry. That's about 4 minutes. When you're done, I'll have a track of all of your scores, and I'm going to announce the winner with a special certificate in Google Classroom and on Class Dojo. So do your very best when you do that Kahoot. And remember, you have time to look up the answers. You don't have to just guess, because you'll have your articles open and you'll have time to do that. I hope you had fun with this, and I hope you do well in Class Dojo. Stay healthy and keep learning. Bye-bye.